I am not exactly who is here yet, but I just want to come online and go live really quickly. I don't have enough subscribers yet to go live on my phone, so I had to remember how to log into my what's this StreamYard account, so that way I could go live. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So even if some people come in later, you can go ahead and say hi and introduce yourself. I'll go ahead and get started. My name is Shamika. I am the owner and operator of Hankins Heartfelt Creations, and I'm on here again to tell you about part 3 of my story. So it has been a while. Hopefully you guys have watched part 1 and part 2 where I discuss where I shipped 2 packages. One of the customers reached out to me and stated that they did not receive their package. And after doing some further research, I was able to determine that the USPS recycles the USPS. Let me backtrack that. The research that I found online stated that the USPS recycles tracking numbers, right? But for that order, I had purchased a label from Pirate Ship. So I can't necessarily say that the USPS is recycling their numbers. It could, I don't know if it's the USPS or it could be Pirate Ship. I don't know. So I'm not going to sit up here and say that it was USPS. I can't put that on them until I conclude my research. So, um, to kind of see, where do I want to start? When I talked to Pirate Ship, they told me that before I had to wait 20 days before I file a claim, and that the issue was that I had been generated a recycled USPS number and that they had a fix in the works, right? I work on the IT side of the house, so for me, I know that fixes can take a while. The question is the fix on the USPS side? Is the fix on Pirate Ship side? Don't know. Didn't really get those details, but I do plan on talking back with Pirate Ship again. So in the meanwhile, to remediate my customer's issue, what I decided to do was go ahead and create a new item for her, ship it priority, because I had realized that in my research that they are not recycling labels that are priority. And I did that just to confirm that my customer was going to be able to get their item, which they did get their item. The other item has not arrived, so it's probably stuck and lost in mail somewhere just because of the fact that the tracking is recycled. So they probably don't know where to send it. Um, my other customer who lives in Georgia, they did get that item. Both customers did leave me a 5-star review, so that was great. So you're probably thinking, wow, well, why am I doing part 3? Well, I'm doing part 3 because there's some things that I've tried out that I discussed in my last video that I want to come on and tell you guys about. So first of all, I said that I'm so thirsty, y'all. I'm so sorry. It's been a long day. First of all, one of the things that I had discussed in the last video was I was going to start generating my labels out of Etsy anytime I had an order where it was going to be shipped first class, right? That was my test to see if Etsy was also recycling tracking numbers for first class packages, or if this was just one isolated incident with Pirate Ship. Okay. So I've been doing that. Excuse me. I've been doing that. And like I stated, Etsy is not recycling tracking numbers for USPS packages. I haven't had any issues with the packages where I generate the labels directly out of Etsy. So that's what I've been doing. However, right, my customers did get their packages, like I said. They did rate me. They rate me 5 stars. One of them is already reaching out to me to buy something else. But what was I looking at today? I was generating a label for a package, and then for whatever reason, something just I see my star seller results at the top of the page, and at the top of the page it showed that my tracking was at 90%, not 95, and that 2 items were missing tracking. So I was like, okay, no, what are those 2 items, and why are they missing tracking? So I go, if you're looking at your star seller results, there's a way that you can download a report, and it's going to put in all the order numbers of those packages so you can verify what those orders are. So I went in, and the first one that I seen, it was definitely the package from June, because it's July now. It was the package for June, so it was one of the customers that I've been discussing about in my other videos. And so I was like, okay, so now I have to reach out to Etsy to see if they can update my star seller results, because technically my star seller results are not accurate, because I did generate the label and ship the packages. Of course, Etsy gives you the roundabout when it comes to trying to talk to somebody about anything. So I finally was able to get to where I needed to be to chat with somebody on Etsy, and I asked them, hopefully you guys can still see me, because I kind of switched screens, and I'm on my laptop. But I asked them, what can I do about getting my results updated? Which I think Etsy should allow us to be able to submit our own tickets. But anywho, that's just a whole nother story. I think that's just my IT brain. But I pretty much asked them, how can I get my results updated? Because I did generate the tracking. The items were shipped. The customers did leave reviews. So that shows that they did receive the items, but it's still showing that I'm only at 90% when it comes to shipping. And with the way that Etsy is changing, I'm just trying to stay on the up and up when it comes to my stuff and when it comes to my stats. I'm kind of like a number-driven person like that anyway. And I did get a lady that was nice. Her name was Gabby. And Gabby pretty much told me that it's showing that the tracking numbers are invalid. And if USPS doesn't provide them with the required information to track the package, then it's going to show up as invalid in the Star Seller dashboard. Now, if we go back to what PowerShip told me, PowerShip stated that I can't even file a claim for 20 days. And we know Star Seller is updated every 30 days. And then I think it is averaged on 90 days. So I don't know. I just think it's crazy. So now I have to go back to PowerShip. I have to go back to PowerShip and say, look, now this is affecting my business on Etsy because it's affecting my stats because you provided an invalid tracking number. And if PowerShip doesn't rectify this, I'm not going to be able to buy labels through them because you're messing up my entire business. Like, seriously, you're messing up my business. So that was pretty much what I got. And she said, I asked her, I said, well, if PowerShip does give me a valid tracking, right, and it does update on your side, is your system, is Star Seller going to update on your end? Because I just know by working in my department that there's typically processes that run either every hour, every 2 hours, every 6 hours, once a day that goes in and updates dashboards, right? So I'm pretty sure they have a process that's running in the background that's saying, okay, track to see if this tracking was generated, check to see if it was delivered, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, with some code on when to stop tracking that item. And when to stop tracking that item, and it's updated, whatever they decided to, whatever the schedule is for that process. The customer. Gabby from Etsy told me she don't know. She said even if they update it on their end, she doesn't know if it's going to update on Etsy's end. So I guess I'm out of luck because I don't think I'm going to be able to fight that battle and win it with Etsy. We already know how even trying to get to somebody at Etsy is like pulling tooth and nail, and I don't know. I'm just tired and frustrated about it. So anywho, that is my part 3. Um I don't feel like, I mean, I'm going to reach back out to Pirate Ship to see what can be done, because I do need to bring this back to full circle, right? I need to close up all loose ends, loose loops, just so that way I know for my business what it is that I need to do and how I need to handle things going forward. Um, and then I guess while I have you guys on here, I will tell you about my TikTok nightmare. I have a TikTok shop. I did a TikTok challenge. The challenge was like post 5 videos that was 15 seconds. I think it was 15 seconds or more, and tag an item that was in your TikTok shop, and then TikTok will give you coupons for your customers to use if they come to your TikTok shop. So it may say, hey, you go to my TikTok shop, and then it may say, oh, you'll get $20 or $30 or what the case may be if you purchase whatever. So I did the 5 videos. I tagged the items, and I submitted a ticket because right before the contest closed, like they only had me having like 3 out of 5 or something like that. They didn't give me credit for all 5 videos. So I submitted a ticket on the seller side of the app, and they told me that I needed to do a ticket on the creator side of the app, which whoever the representative was did for me. And then I started getting contact on the creator side of the app. And then on the creator side of the app, this has been going on for weeks, by the way. On the creator side of the app, they finally came back and said, nope, we can't help you over here because this was a challenge on the seller side. You have to speak to somebody on the seller side of the app. So I went back to the seller side of the app, and it's crickets. I've been sending them messages. Every time I would talk to the people on the creator side, I would talk to the people on the seller side. And I just have not been getting the response that I thought I would get. It's really sad to me because I was really going to try to use TikTok a lot to re-energize my business and try to use that as another way to market my business by using the TikTok shop, even though I know that they have rules to where items have to be shipped in like 2 days or something like that. So I was going to try to, put items in my shop where I can meet that demand. But after the experience that I've had with their support, I'm not really interested. They've been asking me for information to update like my business account or whatever. And I'm just like, you want me to update my business information, but you can't even respond to my tickets. I just don't think this is a good partnership. So that is where we are with everything. So if you are a small business and you are selling on Etsy, matter of fact, if you are selling anywhere and you are using Pirate Ship to generate your labels, I recommend you not do so. Not until they fix their issue, because you might end up with a recycled tracking number. And only thing I could think about is if I sent out a $200 shirt order or something like that, and then they say they never got it, but they did get it, but the tracking was recycled, I don't have a leg to stand on. I'm out of $200 and I'm out of product. I just can't with them right now. So I recommend that You either don't use first class, not first class, ground. You don't use ground, ground advantage, I think is the term. It used to be first class. You don't use ground advantage, or if the order is coming through Etsy, then you generate your label through Etsy. If you enjoy this content, which I'm going to try to start doing more videos, it's just been tough, y'all. My counterpart is out at work, so I've been working long hours. But if you enjoy this content, definitely like and subscribe. Leave me a comment if you have any questions. Leave me a comment if you got any suggestions, because I'm struggling. Okay. So leave me a comment if you have any suggestions on what you think I could do or how I should handle it. And I will take those in consideration and let you know how those play out. Until next time, be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good evening.